What's going on, everybody? It's Dominic with PowerSlap News, and joining me today is Donovan Cross, the Mountain Man. Donovan, how's it going?
It's good. How are you?
I'm good, man. Thanks for taking some time to talk with me. You got 2 wins in PowerSlap. You're in the sport. What's it like? What's it like being a Power Slapper?
It's it's one of the coolest things you could do if you like combat sports, Crazy Rush, and we're like some modern day gunslingers, out there, give it our best.
It's pretty wild. It's short matches, quick hits. A lot of people got a lot of negative things to say about it. I asked a lot of people. I don't know if you saw my post today with Devin. Devin had a nice, funny message to the haters. What are we saying to the people that are still talking all this smack about the sport that, it's not a sport? You guys aren't athletes. Like, what do you say to that?
I kind of just let it blow by me. It don't bother me. People always got something to say, but you got women out here doing dirty deeds and selling pictures of themselves for money. Like no one's complaining about that, but you want to complain about two grown ass men slapping each other? Like grow up.
Yeah, my thing is people like to bring up the whole you're not defending yourself, right? There's no defense in power slap, but I'm like there's other sports out there where it's a zero-sum game, right? You do free solo mountain climbing or you do like a skeleton luge. You make a mistake there and it's not concussion, it's death, right? So there's
Right.
levels to this.
Yes, sir.
I wanted to ask you, what do you think about the new batch of talent coming in? We got a bunch of new fighters. We're seeing fights every Wednesday kind of drop. Austin Turpin, we got the Kryptonian out there. Anybody catching your eye as an up and comer?
Um, you know, Chris Debo,
Mm-hmm.
he's gonna do good. Cole Young,
Cool,
he's
young.
a beast. Pretty much everyone that showed up and was ready was some of the cleanest fights I'd seen so far,
And I
and
think that
a
says
lot
a
of
lot. Sorry,
yeah, a
go
lot
ahead.
of talent. Sorry.
No, go ahead, go ahead.
They got a lot of fire behind them too. They kind of got to watch the show and see everyone all amped up instead of the first time we were there. Everyone was kind of quiet and a little bit nervous, not knowing exactly what was going to go on. These guys got to watch it also. Now they get to bring it right off the bat.
Well, I want to go back to what you said about clean because I feel like we really saw that being pushed for the first event in Vegas. There was a big theme of let's have a clean fight. Let's show the world like we could do this sport correctly kind of thing. And yeah, I think this next batch of fighters is kind of carrying that torch. It's been a lot of very clean fights, not very many fouls at all.
Yeah, me and King of King Ryan Phillips, we were coaching the first power slap, and that's the one thing we talked about is just drilling it through these guys' heads that it's got to be clean. You don't want to go and knock someone out just because you can do it and you're fouling and cheating. Like keep it clean and have a good fight. That's the hardest part of it is keeping it clean. So if you can't do that, then what are you even in it for?
Well, because you brought it up, I'm going to say it now. Keeping it clean. We've seen 6 fighters now eat a suspension. I've talked to Frank the Tank. I've talked to some of the other ones. I've heard from Chris messaged me on Instagram. He let me know that he had a prescription. Sorry, Frank had a prescription. So I think maybe some of these have hopes to getting cleared up. But what about the other ones? What do you think is going to happen? Suspensions? What's going on here?
I think they're gonna hit them with something. I think most of the guys are gonna be all right once they go and plead their case or whatever it is that they're gonna have to do. Uh, some people gotta just live and learn. I don't think anyone was intentionally. There's a couple guys in there taking steroids that may have tried to get off it before, but it's just common sense is what it comes down to. If you're working for the biggest organization in combat sports in the world, then you gotta you gotta live up to that and not be playing around, not doing stupid shit.
Right? This is the other side of that coin that comes with being sanctioned, right? This isn't some Russian league out in the backwoods somewhere. This is sanctioned. We have there's rules, regulations, there's commissions, USADA, right? All these are now playing a factor. It's got its good, and now we're kind of maybe seeing a little bit of the maybe not bad, but the other side of that coin, right?
Yes, sir.
Um, Talking about new talent still and the future of the sport, we're heading over Dubai, season 2, right? Abu Dhabi. Dana White saying we're gonna reach out to, what is it, Russia, Poland, South African kind of talent. What's your thoughts on that? Anybody coming out of those circuits interest you?
I'm really up for whatever, but I think there's gonna be a lot of good talent, a lot of hard people to beat. I think a lot of them dudes over there that are in the slap fighting contests in their part of the country probably won't pop clean.
Mm.
So we're gonna have to go through and find the ones that do, and it's gonna be good. It'll be like the UFC. Perfect.
Right. I think everyone I've talked to fighter wise seems very excited about the Russia collaboration. Everyone's telling me this is their Rocky moment. They're gonna come out stars and stripes, and go smack a Russian guy. Like, is that you? Is that what you're doing? You get matched up against the Russian opponent?
Got it right here on the arm, baby. I always represent. But yeah, we got to remind the world of what us Americans are and how fucking tough we are. The politicians and everyone else is kind of ruining that for us right now. We're looking like a bunch of walkovers.
Well, I think that's something PowerSlap has going in it, especially the competitors I've seen are real like cowboy boots American. We got some like steel welders, mechanics, all kinds of people, all different like walks of life, doing all kinds of jobs, but real American feel to it so far from what I've seen.
Yep, it's a lot of the Wild West boys.
We saw it at the main event. We saw how many people were walking out in their cowboy boots, right? We had, I think it was John Davis, Vern. I think there was a few of them coming out there in their cowboy boots. So
Yeah, Wolverine fought in his cowboy boots.
yeah,
That's
right.
sweet.
Right. That's pretty awesome. On that note, you're somebody there, right? Like you said, coach like Ryan. Is there a little bit more of an opportunity to kind of like sell themselves? Like, I know Ryan kind of tells everyone, yo, you've only got 20, 15 minutes up on that stage. You got to kind of make an impact. You got to sell yourself. Are you telling people the same thing? Like, show on that walkout, take advantage, do a little bit, show the people what you got, who you are, a little personality flair.
Yeah, so I tell them right before walking out, I say, camera's gonna be right in your face, right when you come around that corner. Let them know who's here. Let them know whose house it is. Go from there. But as to being on the stage, I'm the kind of guy that lets my actions speak. Like, I don't really need to talk or talk a big game. If you want to go for it, let's go. That's all it comes down to.
Definitely, right? We're seeing a little bit of it spark up now between Ryan and Austin. It's been pretty fun. The milkman versus the meatball.
Yeah.
It's been a little entertaining. So I don't hate when we get a little bit of this kind of flair, as long as the hate doesn't get too serious. It's fun. It adds a next little bit of layer. Like, now, if we ever do see these guys go up against each other, it's gonna be an event, right? So
Oh
anybody
yeah.
out there for you? Anyone who's your kind of your meatball?
Everyone's always been pretty respectful to me. Obviously, I want to come for 205 or 185 strap. I love AJ and John, two of my favorite guys from Slap. Two of my favorite guys that I know personally. But we all know it's part of the game. Me and John talked about it the very first Slap show. We're like, yeah, we're gonna be fighting each other. If it's not, this week, it's gonna be soon. So we all know it, and there's no hard feelings. We just let the better man win that night.
So you just said something that really got my gears spinning a little bit. You said you want both. Are we gonna see the first PowerSlap double champ? Is this gonna happen before we hit like double digits, before PowerSlap 10?
Yeah, well, I'm pushing for it. I'm game for any time. It don't matter where it is. Let me know. I'll take 3 titles. I can hit light heavyweight, middleweight, and 170s too. So
So on
I
that
want them all.
Sorry, on that note, as a coach and a trainer now, what do you find is more impactful, height versus weight? Like, does the weight not matter and you generally want to be the shorter? Because when I talk to people, they say they want to be shorter because they want to come up uppercut style almost,
Yeah. I think I'm 5'9", so I'm not the tallest guy. I've used my shortness to an advantage in a lot of my cage fights. It sucks when I'm at a distance, but I generally have more power than the tall peoples when I get inside. So I think that kind of translates to slap too. But in all reality, It's hard to say. I think at a certain point of getting hit so hard, like it doesn't matter if you're short, high. It's all gonna feel really the same. It's just gonna be whether or not your eyes are open when after it lands, you know?
So what do you do to train for that? I know you guys, I saw the noodle, you guys hit each other with the noodle, you got kind of that going on. I know AJ's out there head banging. We have other people with the weights around their neck doing like neck strengthening. Who was I talking to had the slap apparatus? Why am I Matt Strickland had the slap apparatus, and he's got his own invention out there that he's slapping. People got dummies in their basement. What's your secret? What's the tricks of the trade? What are you doing to prep for slap?
So I treat it, I still fight MMA and boxing, Muay Thai. So I still that consists most of my training, but every night, we'll put an hour or so to it. My coaches will work with me hitting some pads with my slaps, just really focusing on what to do with my feet so they don't budge even a little bit. I slap watermelons. I we got dummies, and everything I do construction. We got a little ranch, so I'm constantly working with my hands. I think that is what gives me the advantage. And I got a chin. You guys will eventually see that when some of my stuff starts coming out.
So people I've talked to seem to everyone has like a little bit of a story of their chin, right? I think it was AJ got kicked with the steel toe boots. Someone else had a steel beam fall on them, didn't knock them out. Other people tell me they've taken like cheap shot with a baseball bat. What's your story, man? What do you have under your belt to prove your chin? What do you have?
Um, I never been knocked out. I've been hit a lot. I think it was 6 shots from AJ, and he's been sleeping everybody. He hit hard, but I didn't get wobbled or nothing. So I'm real confident in my chin.
But you're not out there headbanging with AJ.
Yeah. Actually, last event, me, AJ, and Waylon went and hit a concert. We got in some mosh pits, and it was a good time.
I don't know if you see his Instagram, but he threw a big concert in his basement. I was like, what
Yeah.
the heck is this? This guy's wild.
Yeah, he's cool as shit.
Yeah. I think you guys all seem very close. Like when I was out in Vegas, it seemed like a very close-knit community. Now, I was talking to Ryan recently. Now, Ryan, he's got that thing with Austin. He's telling me it's not too serious, but he is telling me that the community is kind of breaking apart a little bit. Are you feeling any of that on your end? Are people kind of now kind of shifting off to their island sort of thing?
So yeah, I could see that to some point. A lot of people like we'll use Mike Smith as an example. A lot of people rocked with him and a lot of people didn't. So after he got into his little bit of trouble or whatever's going on with him, you see some people falling off with him, kind of following him, and then the other people are, I wouldn't say more serious, but they're more about the sport. They want to be professional and not be a bunch of jackasses.
Not waste the opportunity, right? Like everyone I've talked to really seems very grateful for the opportunity, whether like this is their chance to be on TV, this is their chance to like get into professional combat sports via PowerSlap, get into MMA, boxing, whatever. A lot of people seem to recognize what this is, and everyone I've talked to is given this like 110%. Nobody's half-assing it. No one's coming at this like this is a joke.
Yeah, no, most of us are family men. We got kids, wives, so we're doing it so we don't have to work construction our whole life. So if we want to go on a $10,000 vacation, it ain't nothing. Whatever. This is the thing that's going to do it for us.
Yeah.
And we see it. We don't just let it blow by. It's not just some stupid competition to us.
No, and I get that from a lot of my interviews when I'm talking to like you strikers is something that really comes through is a lot of you guys got the homebody going on. You got a reason to be here, whether it be, like we said, kids, wife, or just looking to get a little bit more bread in your life so you're not working these crazy jobs all day. I think the people that are squandering won't be around. I think they'll fall off real quick.
I agree.
I don't want to take up too much of your time. Before I let you go, man, is there anything you want to say to the people? Anything you got going on? Anything coming up? Any like like merch stores, anything like that you got drop in? Anything where they could find you? Instagram, Twitter, YouTube? What do you got going on?
Yeah, so you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube at Donovan Cross. just my name, DONOVANCROSS. We got a couple shirts we just came out with. You can see those on my Instagram, and just message me or message my business account on Facebook, and we can get you guys some shirts ordered. Our website's going to be Mountain Man Combat Apparel. We're still in the works getting that up and going, but I keep everyone pretty updated on social media, so that's the go-to if you want to know what's going on in my life.
Well, I'll be hitting you up. I'll get the links. I'll be putting them in there. I'm gonna be heading out to Vegas for this next event, doing my best to be a part of the sport and be there in person. We gonna see you out there?
So I've actually got a fight, not a slap fight. It's either going to be boxing or MMA. We're just waiting on an opponent. So I will not be there for this show, but I should be competing in the next show.
Okay. Awesome. So we're looking forward to that, man. Hopefully maybe we even see you house in Dubai. Who knows, right? What the future holds. That would be fun out on the beach, slapping people on Fight Island. Hmm?
That's for sure. I'm ready. So okay, let's get it going.
I think that would be I think that'd be a blast, man. I'm gonna hit you up after this for your links. I'm gonna put them down below. Anyone who's looking to follow, check out the description. Again, thank you so much for giving me some of your time. We really do appreciate it. And that's it. Have a great evening, man.
Thank you too.